All right, guys, well, I'm back today with another flat flashlight review, and today we are looking at the 2000 Lumen JETBeam. This is a very interestingly designed flashlight, incredibly ergonomic and feature-rich, and it also comes in at a pretty decent price point considering the prices of a lot of different flat flashlights on the market. USB-C rechargeable, again, a ton of features, including a UV lamp and green laser included, and 2 different modes of operation. Let's dig in, starting with the price point. Now, full disclosure, I was sent this flashlight to review on the channel. That will not affect my opinions of this light. I'm going to tell you the positives and negatives, and all of the information and linking will be in the description below if you decide you like it at the end of the video. And again, full disclosure, those are affiliate links, meaning if you click on it, it helps out the channel at no extra cost to you, just brings you right to the sale of this light. Now, digging in, the price point comes in at about $87. There's 3 different color variations, but all of them seem to have a 5% off clickable code right now, dropping the price a little bit closer to about $81, $82 to keep things in the perspective. Now, this is a well-built flashlight, and when you pull it out of the box, you can see the attention to detail is absolutely spectacular and feels like a premium flashlight. Flat flashlights, and this one in particular, carries very nicely in your pocket, and all of the components are laid out incredibly efficient because you're not rotating around a round battery compartment. It's really nice to have this because it slides into that second or third pocket you may have in some of your jeans or pants, and it doesn't get in the way when you're sitting down. It doesn't bulge out too far. It's not very intrusive, and I love the way this particular one carries. The other cool thing about it is it does come with a lanyard hole and a pocket clip, and the pocket clip is done nicely. It's got some texturing on the side, allowing you to get a hold on here, especially utilizing that tail switch on the back. Now, it's not working because it is in lockout mode. The lockout mode prevents either this push button accidental or the rear button accidental, and when you toggle it over, you can now operate it in both manners. Now, the rear button goes straight to 2000 lumen output, and this is the version we're looking at, the JETBeam 2000 lumen output light, which is great. This lights up an entire field. I have 4 acres in my backyard to the tree line, and this completely lit it up, no issues whatsoever. When we are looking at the beam composition, we have a nice center spot and then a great flood around that center spot, allowing you to throw the beam a distance but still make out everything around you. When we click that main switch in the front, you get the same type of spot in flood, and when you long press, you can actually cycle through the modes. Now, whatever you let go at, it remembers, which is a great feature. So if you want to remember that low setting, that's going to be good. And that's kind of how I keep it. When walking around the house at night or just checking on things, I'm going to click that on. But if I need to check my entire yard or look for a field or search for something, I can click that rear light. And man, we are good to go with that massive spot. You can toggle it over and now activate the UV light, which is really nice for a few different things. If you want to detect counterfeit money, you want to charge up a watch and look at that lume, is pretty cool. A lot of guys, including my cameraman, actually use this for scorpions. So he's got some different scorpions that phosphoresce. There's different rocks that phosphoresce, old school collectible glassware that phosphoresces. So having that UV light is definitely a feature that I personally use a lot in different scenarios. And then it also comes with the green laser. Now for me, I don't really use the green laser much, but a lot of mechanics, HVAC guys, builders will point out different issues. Maybe an inspector for houses will point out different issues. A mechanic might be able to point out things in an engine bay to another mechanic or to the customer. So having that green laser is going to be a nice touch, and it overall kind of adds value to the entire light. The fact that it's got a ton of different features all built in. I also love the fact that you can lock this out when it's in your pocket, so it's not going to accidentally turn on. But even running it with the non-lockout mode, I found that this rear button does actuate very easy for temporary on and off, but to fully click it requires a deliberate click, and I don't think you're going to accidentally do that in your pocket. So it's a well-built design. I love that tail clicky, and I also love the lanyard hole. I really like the fact, too, that it's got a ton of different color variations that are available if you want something high vis so you don't lose or whatever. Now, For me, the only con of this light, I would say, would be the fact that I would rather ditch the green laser and go with a more affordable light and a slightly longer run times. But with the green laser, it's not that big of a deal. And I don't mind the price point of this light. I feel like it's really good. But if I was picking and choosing and making this custom JETBeam just for me, I would kind of maybe knock out that green laser and try to reduce the price a touch, but not that big of a deal. Another thing that I want to mention is it's USB-C rechargeable. And the cool thing about this light is on the side, you're going to get a battery indicator light, letting you know how much power is left. So when that is going to be green, you've got 35 to 100% of power. When it turns red, you've got 15 to 35% of power. And then when you have flashing red, you're going to have 15 or under percent of power. So that's really nice touch. It's also IPX8 fully waterproof rated, which is good. And I expect a flashlight at this price to be fully waterproof. Now, that battery indicator is nice, but it really doesn't give you any indications of losing power until 35%. There's some other flashlights on the market with kind of tiered down dots that show you how far you're going, but it is nice that they do have that battery indicator, and I really do like this light for most of its aspects. In summary, this is a solid flat flashlight. Is it for you? I don't know, but I'm definitely glad I have it. I'm definitely glad I'm carrying it because I utilize both the low feature and the turbo feature with the different modes of operation a lot, as well as the UV component a ton more than your average user probably. And if you're dealing in large quantities of cash, like at a flea market or maybe on a Facebook or Craigslist marketplace deal, when you're doing that, it's really easy to just switch that over to UV, throw your bills down, and scan across. Simple as that. So hope you guys liked the video. Hope it gives you a rundown of this JETBeam in bright orange. I brought out some other orange EDC items to kind of color match and nerd out a little bit, but I'm a big fan of this light. I think you will be too, and I hope this gives you a great overview to help make your decisions whether you want to spend your money or not. Again, all the information and linking will be in the description below, and I'm really glad I got this sent out to the channel to try. I'm a big fan. Have a good one.